and its cybertron. And now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to All Hail Unicron, episode 53. I have nothing witty to insert here. I don't know. We don't really have many people here today. Not just kidding. We have 3 or 4. I was going to say, we're missing Oscar. We're always missing Oscar. I would make a joke, but Oscar's got things going on, and I don't feel like it's appropriate to say something for Oscar. So our thoughts go out to his mom. Hopefully we have Oscar back next week. And yeah. So joined with me this week. I'll form the head. Love the penis. I don't know. All right, I've got Robert here. Robert, how are you?
Hello, I just want to hear you flail around.
I fucking love flailing. That's what I'm good at. So, how are you? What are you up to? We haven't seen you for like 7 years.
Yeah, I got sick.
I didn't even know you're part of this show anymore. I thought you quit. So
I did.
Now, last time I heard, this was Robert's exact words were, "I'm fixing to quit, you guys. I'm fixing to quit."
I
And
quit.
he's like, "Damn it!" And he's like, "Damn it, hater. Let's go."
And I PayPal'd you $250, and I'm back on.
That's true.
No, yeah, I just got sick. It's been a shit show, but I'm finally functional because for a good week and a half,
I'm glad that Lisa did not throw you out of the space shuttle. That's all I'm saying. So.
No, I'm good. Everything's good. Honky dory. Just feeling normal again, which is good.
Yeah, that's always good. All right. And up next is the one and only, I always want to say, Captain Hognuts. But we know that that's not what we go by on All Hail Unicron.
Well, he does hog the nuts.
He does hog the nuts, though. It's the one and only Mr. Rich pre-ordered. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Hello, everybody.
Do you hear him? Is his audio out?
Can you hear me?
Justin, where'd he go?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Does he have nuts in his mouth?
He might. All right, we can hear you this time. So yeah, that's it. It's the 3 of us. Oscar, hopefully he'll be back sometime soon. Maybe never. I don't know. TFcon's coming up, isn't it? Is that this week?
Weekend.
Next week? This
Yep,
weekend?
This weekend.
This week. Oh,
Wow.
That's awesome.
And how are you, Justin?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm good. I'm living the dream. I'm okay. So.
Are you going to TFCon with Rich?
No. I used to have money for TFCon, but that's all gone away. So.
Well, it's because you had cheap fucking shelves that whipped
apparently,
all the moisture out of the air.
and so I don't think I told you, Robert, and I'll tell the listeners on the show that the county came out and looked at the grading, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is all effed up," and they gave us the quote that it's going to cost apparently like $47,000 for them to fix, but it doesn't come out of it doesn't come out of my wallet. So the builder gave shitty grading, and as a result, the county's going to fix that. So
Wait a minute. How bad is the grading?
It's real bad. So I'll have to show you some aerial views of my house at some point later on. I'm not going to share that for the show.
Well, you can't really tell from an aerial view.
No, you can. If you look at the old photos.
It's like your house at the bottom of a pit?
Pretty much. Our house is at the bottom of a lot of hills, and if you actually look at like the historical images of our house, you can actually see like when it was just like when the house was not there, like the water flowed straight through our property. And it still flows straight through our property, which is what caused the whole flooding situation.
Can they correct the grading?
Yes. Yes. So there is a 10-foot easement between the houses, and the county is going to be talking to all the neighbors and stuff and get their approval to get that done. And we'll be okay. And at least I don't have to pay it. That's what makes me most happy about the whole thing.
I corrected the grading around my house. It didn't cost anywhere near that much money. And it was just really it was a nail biter because it really as we got the ground up as high as we could, and it was just enough You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you live
exactly.
you live in the bottom of the Grand Canyon, though. You're
Pretty
fucked.
much. Yeah, we're kind of fucked. But hopefully we'll be
Are they
okay. You know,
are they gonna,
they're gonna take care of it, and we don't have to, and that makes me happy.
they're
So
gonna jack your house up on stilts?
no, that part we don't need. We just need them to trench out some of the stuff. So, you know, once we get there, we'll be okay. So.
Wait, so they're not gonna raise the grade at all? They're just gonna divert the water?
Yeah, they're basically going to make new diversions to get rid of it, and we'll be fine. If they do that, we'll be okay. And there's just no easement between our properties like any other, you know, house in this damn community. It's fantastic. You look through this house and like there's these trenches in people's backyards, like legitimate like canyons, and then there's our house, and it's like, oh, our house is the canyon. That's nice.
They all point right to your fucking basement.
Pretty much.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
can you adjust the grade around your house, like your landscaper at least, so that
So our house is high enough. So I'd have to show you what happened, but like basically the way that it's been cutting through the yard, it finally formed a path that when it hit basically the basement well, instead of going down, it went back towards our basement. So yeah, it's a good time, you know.
sounds like those fucking cheap shelves attracted the water.
Pretty much. I mean, it pretty much was like, hey, is there gonna be water? And yeah, water
So
there was,
first.
much water to be had. Fun was
You know,
had
it's-
by nobody.
It's
So.
because you watch all your porn in that room, so you made your shelves
Yeah.
really thirsty.
That's true. That's true.
So you're going to TFCon, Rich?
I am.
You go to every
Yep.
con, don't you?
I don't go to every con. No. I'll tell you the sole reason I'm going to this one is Victor Crowley. So he was the narrator from G1,
Oh wow.
and he's never done a convention before. He was scheduled.
He's going to speak like this.
It is the year 2005.
You should be like,
Hey,
"Where's my fucking
hey.
hoverboard, asshole?"
Now you're you know what? Now you're tasked to get an all hail Unicron bumper.
You know what you got to do? You got to go to Target and get a cheap hoverboard, with the wheels, and like zip over to him and be like, "Does this look like a real hoverboard, asshole?"
Am I supposed to dare to be stupid? You jack off.
And then just zip away on your cheap Target hoverboard. It's like and just what do you call it? Oh man, I'm not well enough to joke. What do you call that when you want a plane fly? Crop dust them. Crop dust them on your hoverboard.
What do you think he is, Matt Baldwin? Come on, come on.
And sing
Hey there,
that song.
Victor! Breaking news.
Come on, Gator.
Just keep zipping by him. How's my hoverboard, dickhead?
Good time.
So that's why you're going to meet this guy.
Yeah, he was scheduled to do TFCon Orlando in 2020. And it was literally like the spring show. This is before they were doing LA again. And of course it got canceled because
Did it assume
2020.
someone's gender?
yes. So yeah, so then when they announced, and then last year he wasn't there. And then TFCon, when they announced Orlando, it's like he lives in Florida apparently. So
You know where he
it's a lot
lives.
easier. I have his address.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was excited when they announced him, and then I decided I sold last year, which I haven't sold at a TFCon, or I've never sold at a TFCon until Chicago last year.
Wow.
But I haven't sold at a BotCon or a Transformer convention for many years. I used to do it off and on, and last year I decided to do it, just selling off some of my old stuff. And then I decided again to do it this year. I'm like, you know what? It's either do it now or wait another year, because I'm not going to LA and I'm not going to Toronto to sell, just because that'd be too crazy to try and get stuff there. So yeah, I'll be there.
Toronto's a fun one. I want to go back to the TFCon.
Oh yeah, it's fun to attend. I would never try to sell there. Apparently, what's his name? Captured Prey.
Mhm.
What's his name?
Orson?
Owen? No, Orson. Thank you, Orson.
Wells?
It is.
Orson Welles. Right before he died, he did a TFCon Toronto. No, but I heard horror stories about like he was trying to bring his
Yeah.
trailer back
Mhm.
full of stuff, and they seized it
I heard
and said,
that too.
"Oh, you have to pay taxes on all this stuff." And he's like, "But this is stuff I didn't sell." that I brought from the States. And they're like, okay, well, where are your receipts and blah, blah, blah. And it was like,
I heard that too.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It literally was cheaper to just abandon the stuff than try to pay taxes and get it back over.
Yeah,
Wow.
I heard that too.
But it like ruined his inventory, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to deal with that. I took a couple tubs of stuff to get signed a few years back at Toronto, and it was like I got the 20 questions. So what do you got in those tubs there? What are you doing with those? You going to sell those?
Dead bodies.
Make some money on them?
Dead bodies.
I'm just burying them up here.
You should have seen what was in these tubs before I went to the con. Good luck finding them.
Bleach really clears blood, doesn't it?
So
What if you just said you were bringing them as gifts?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's fine. But if they ask for paperwork of any kind, I don't know. I don't know how far that goes.
There is a
say,
gift limit to all that stuff, because I know and they can still charge tax on all that stuff too. So,
Jesus.
But then again, I mean, what if you're bringing a bunch of G1 just empty boxes to get signed? Like how are they going to put a value on that? You know?
yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
It'd be different if it was
How
something.
do they value any of it? Do they like go on eBay?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I mean, I guess if you have a store like Orson did, then that stuff's probably more current.
Yeah.
Like you could go and look it up, and Big Bad's got it, and Toy Dojo and Chosen Prime, and you could establish some kind of legitimate pricing. But when it comes to vintage stuff, I have no idea.
Yeah.
How do they calculate the taxes?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I mean, I assume that if you were to go up and sell, so I don't know about Toronto, but I can tell you that for TFCon Chicago and Orlando, they don't govern anything about taxes.
Mhm.
For example, I used to sell back in the day off and on at BotCon.
Right.
And just I would get like one or two tables with a couple buddies or whatever. But whoever was the quote unquote dealer, so if you got like, 3 tables and there were like 3 of you, one person would be the official dealer. The other people would be the quote unquote dealer helpers. Whoever was the official dealer had to get a tax ID for whatever state you were in.
Jesus.
Oh, I have horror stories about the tax. Indiana can eat and suck and vomit and eat again a whole bag of dicks.
Wow.
Oh, I have so much shit that happened with Indiana.
But I mean,
just from being there 3 days.
If you're selling everything for cash.
So yeah, so that's the thing. So BotCon used to go around, and they would literally during dealer setup before the show opened, they would come by and say, "Where's your tax ID?" And you'd have to show them the piece of paper. So you file for, and of course every state does it different, but you would have to file for a temporary reseller or temporary retailer tax ID.
Right.
And you put the dates that you're going to sell on there.
Right.
3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, And then in theory, that's it. And you report what you report. They don't check anything. So you could sell $20,000 and be like, I sold like $600.
Right.
Here's your check for however much the tax is, $30, 5% or whatever. If I did that math right real quick, but you know what I mean? Like you just report what you sold. TFCon doesn't ask any of that. They don't ask for your tax ID. It's just, you take care of it if you're going to take care of it. They don't police that. So I would assume that if I was selling in Toronto, and I don't know, I have no idea what Orson did or did not do. Maybe he didn't get a tax ID for Toronto, so he couldn't say, well, here's my tax ID and I'm going to file what I sold. And I have no idea, because who's to say he didn't buy that stuff up there either and already pay sales tax locally?
Right.
But I guess they
if you pay sales tax locally, they still charge you coming back. There's still a finite amount. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's real crazy. The taxes used to be such a headache. And not all shows. I did a couple of tiny shows, like the Columbus, what do they call that? CTS, Columbus Toy Show, I think is just what it stands for. And it's a 1-day show in Columbus, and I've done that before, and they don't police the taxes either. They just assume if you're doing it and you're a dealer or you're a retailer or you're an official seller of some kind, not just, little Billy going and selling some extra stuff, that you're going to take care of the taxes. But again, with cash, there's no way to really track it.
Right.
Jesus. But this is all, again, part of why they're trying to do that whole thing with PayPal and Venmo and everything, and the $600 and, that's at a federal level though, but
right.
So.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Who got anything this week? Robert, have you got anything since you've last been on?
Did I mention last time we got the RoboSend AI stand?
I don't remember. You might have.
Not on the show.
Yeah, for the flagship Optimus, and it's pretty fucking amazing. I mean, it's still like they gave like first dibs to people who, I don't know, I guess had purchased online with them, but they also had sold it at BotCon. But it was like really beta version in terms of the firmware, and like it wasn't linking with the robot, it wasn't doing anything, it had connection issues. And then within a few days of them releasing it, they did a firmware update, and then it worked. And it has like lights and sounds, the base, and it connects to the robot and keeps a neutral charge. Like if you fully charge the robot, it'll maintain the charge. It doesn't actively charge it though. That's something I learned that they explained to me. But it's really amazing. It's wonderful because this thing always needed a stand, and I love that. I play with it all the time now. And I
don't take that out of context.
Got that in, but it also works with the Elite Prime. But I feel like that's just like, if now you get the Elite Prime and you get the stand, you're just gonna regret not having the flagship because it's so much bigger.
But take that out of context too.
And what else came in?
So I got it. I play with that all the time.
The Iron Factory Prowl, the new version. This thing is such a piece of shit. It comes with swords. It has a sai and like a short sword. So I guess it's in their samurai line. Yeah, of course, because it has a Japanese name. Mm-hmm. Oniheizu. It's not even a Japanese. Z-O-U is not a Japanese word.
It looks it. Shut up.
Yeah. So it's in their samurai line, Iron Samurai series, but he does not look like a samurai one bit. Mm-hmm. Other than the fact that they gave him like he doesn't have a sword. He just has a sai. But this figure it's like all the fiddliness of like their other like fiddly samurai stuff was like drift. I mean, it's just, but worse. Like I was trying to transform him to car mode, and the Iron Factory transformations are not complicated. You do not need the instructions for them. They're very simple, but this thing is all ball joints. Everything is ball joints. Mm-hmm. And, except his elbows, but I mean, all the transformation parts are ball joints. I can't get this into car mode. I got so frustrated. I was like, hey, Bobby, you want to review this Iron Factory Prowl? And he's like, yeah, send it. I put the pieces in the clamshell. This is the box. I'm shaking the box. So he's going to have to put it together. And it's half a car. It's half of a car and then a bunch of pieces.
This is the one that looks like the modern Skyline, but has like quote unquote samurai bits, and it.
Yes.
It looks so unsamurai, but it's part of the line, right? It like has like that. Like I guess the Drift one might have some of the samurai padding or whatever.
Drift has like pantaloons.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Mm-hmm. And I got two. I have a white one and a regular one. But it's just really shit. I mean, and I got the Ratchet just came in. That's a good mold. You know, it's very different. Whenever they do anything that's not like a quote unquote Voyager scale bot, anything smaller with this line is very fiddly, kibbly, falls apart on you. It doesn't work. Like Grimlock's great, you know, Ironhide's great, Ratchet's great, but you know the drift and the the fucking prowl. I mean these, you know, even the Leo convoy, right? That's more solid than this. That I didn't have. That's fiddly, but it still holds together. This doesn't hold together. You know, like you get like the typical tight Iron Factory joints with shitty ball pegs, ball sockets. So you try to maneuver something and they just pop out, and you get it in finally, and then something else pops out. That's when you're just like, fuck this. Like after half an hour, you're like, I'm not even having trouble transforming this. I just can't keep it together. So
is this a retool of a previous Prowl mold, or is this new?
No, the other Prowl. See, they were doing IDW inspired for so long. The original Prowl was like an IDW inspired Prowl. What was cool was, you know, they came out the 3 Datsuns, and they had armored modes. So, and this was kind of like the transition from when they were going, everything used to come with shit to throw on your Generations Metroplex, just shields and guns, and they're all the same molds. Mm-hmm. And they were going away from that, but then they came out with the Datsun brothers, and they came with armor and extra weapons and stuff, so you can really beef them up, and that was really cool. And you can really differentiate the 3 of them by mixing and matching armor and guns and stuff, and they still look the part. They're really great molds. They still hold together. Completely different experience in this thing. This is just a totally, and so they've really garnished. They did not need to veer away from IDW. I don't understand. That's a cash cow that very few companies really delve into. And it's so rich in fiction and characters. They could just keep pumping characters out. You know?
And general popularity. People love the IDW era.
Right. Who's like, oh, samurai? Yeah, we're all samurai fans. Bring me fucking samurai.
Yeah, the only thing I could think about is that we're trying to do that as a means to redo characters they know would make money, where they're like, well, we can make this and it may make money. I don't know.
We can make him a samurai.
And it's an easy repaint. Because you got all 3 Datsun brothers now as samurai.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, this thing is shit.
The reason I asked about it, though, if it was a retool, is because a lot of the other ones are really nice. Like that Grimlock I've seen in person, and it's nice. Phenomenal.
It's a great figure. It really is. But that's like, it's just a chunkier scale. You know, for a legend scale, the robot himself is larger and beefier. Yeah. So it's when they get to this size character in this scale, they become very spindly and fiddly. But it's really no excuse, because Leo Convoy is fiddly and spindly, but he doesn't come apart in your hands. You know?
Yeah.
And Drift doesn't either. He's just
I have their Hound and their Wheeljack, Optics Hunter, and
I don't remember
what and those are fantastic molds.
Yeah, those are like the IDW G1 kind of inspired designs. They're great.
And they're smaller, and they're built extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's I don't know, it sucks to hear that about these newer ones like Prowl. That's again why I asked, is this older and they just retooled something?
No. This is their new designs.
That sucks.
And it's not even like, I could forgive it if the bots are clean, but they're kibbly too. And the kibble, and what really bothers me is his main weapon is part of the car. Like, it's like the rear window. So like he's holding like a window gun, like a rear window with a gun sticking out of it. And you need that for the car. Now, I normally don't mind it, but when it just feels lazy. When something's covered in kibble and like you have to parts for them too, or, you know, to have a gun, it's just like, okay, you just don't know how to engineer a figure. You're just throwing shit on a frame, you know. And speaking of which, the other figure I got the Dreamstar Silverbolt. And it's a nice sized box came, and I opened it up, took him out of the packaging. Half an hour later, another box, same dimensions from Show Z came. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I did it again.
I did it again. And I was like, what are the chances this is full of legends? And I just nope, it's another Silverbolt. Oh God, I don't need 2 of these. But anyway, so he's built like Kang Toys. He's really solid, but see, different than Kang Toys, he's got a lot of. This line is like this though. They feel good, but they have a lot of like little fiddly, kibbly bits that like to pop off and stuff. And he's no exception. And like one of his, he's got like double shoulder cannons. This doesn't look anything like Silverbolt. They're calling him Silverbolt. The general shape of his chest, I guess, and like a little hint of red on it, and the general idea of his head shape. But otherwise than that, it doesn't look like Silverbolt. And he transforms into. I didn't transform him. I think it's supposed to be a Concorde, but the front half of his fuselage is in the clamshell. So this thing is covered in kibble. He's very kibbly, very chunky, and you got a forearm that's way too big because they just need to put all the shit in there. But he's really, really great arm articulation, great joints, great finger. Everything's great articulation, but really sturdy and strong. His knees, really well articulated, really strong, even with moving pistons and shifting pieces. So they can figure that into a character, but then at the same time, he's like just cloaked in kibble simultaneously. I've never seen this before in my life. Usually it's like this, where it's a fucking shit frame covered in kibble, and the kibble comes together, to form the alt mode. This is not that. So, but it doesn't make any sense to me because clearly in alt mode, it's like a folded up robot with half a plane on his back. I could tell by the photos, and then you just stick the half of the fuselage in the front. So the fuselage transforms into like a Megatron gun for his arm. I mean, this is so stupid. I'm just like, how do you have the time and money to develop joints and like moving parts and stuff to cover up things and to shift and look cool, and money for paint, but you just can't engineer the pieces into a robot. You have to cover it in kibble, and they were probably like, what do we do at the front of this plane? I would have rather they flip it over and hang it on his back, because at least that's G1's style. Mm-hmm. Instead, they made it a gun. Like if you have it included in his bot mode, it has to be on his forearm. I would rather be able to stick it on his back. Silverbolt doesn't have a fucking giant fusion cannon. So it's a very far field, but it's just funny to have a bot covered in chunk and kibble, and you still needed to cut a third of the alt mode off of him. You couldn't figure where to put it. I mean, that's crazy. But Bobby reviewed the first 2 figures that came out, and the second one I sent him, I think it's Slingshoot. He looks more like Slingshot than this guy looks like Silverbolt. But apparently he couldn't get it into combine mode. So he just stopped trying, and he sent it back to me. So I got to try to transform this thing. It seems to be a nightmare. But if it comes together, and if combine mode... Oh, and the feet are gigantic. This alt mode's going to be big. And they have the feet are like military trucks. I mean, they're very cool. They're almost like military flatbed trucks. Really well detailed and stuff, and it gives a sense of scale to the bots. It was a really interesting take on, what to do with the feet. But that also reminds me of Kang Toys. Sure, Kang Toys' feet turn into wolves, but these feet turn into trucks.
But that makes sense.
It's really interesting. I'm praying to God I can get this combined, and I'm hoping it displays well with the Kang Toys. If I can ever find that other fucking Kang Toys hand. I got the hand somewhere. I don't know. But what else?
How's the finish on that Silverbolt? I'm looking at pictures of them, and it looks really nice. Does it hold up?
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The paint is gorgeous. That's why it also, the heft, the hardware, the level of paint application really reminds me of Kang Toys. It's top tier paint, and finish. It's really nice. It's just the overall shapes on him. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I was telling myself, like this, you could sell this to me as Dark of the Moon Jetfire as a young robot. Uh-huh. I would believe you. He didn't grow his beard yet. But
Man, his legs are thick.
you should see his forearms. They're fucking. He's like Popeye. It's just weird to me. It's like it's half a plane. What? Why? I don't get it. Why? It's just the kibble is just the top part of the plane because you're just folding him up under it. If you're looking at the product images, you can tell he's just under there, just like how going for a little glide.
I guess all that beef is for the combined mode.
I mean, his shoulder joints are tough. His joints are they feel tough. So,
because he doesn't have a sixth member, right? Like the Kang Toys has monkey pants.
Who knows? They've never shown a sixth member.
Okay.
I don't understand how they're going to do this, though, because he's not overwhelmingly large. He is he's beefier than the other bots, more so than like doubled in size. He's not that much larger than the other bots. So I don't, they must be going with a frame. They must be, because those feet are gigantic, and this can't be the entire torso and waist. There's no way in hell. It can't be torso, waist, the chest, torso, and legs. No way. He's too small for that. When compared to the size of the feet. Did I send you? Oh, I didn't send the pictures because Oscar was telling us everything, and I felt like it would have been like kind of oddly selfish and distracting. Here, let me send you. Where's the picture of him with his cannon? Hold on. Here, I'll send you these. This shows you here's his feet. I'm just going to show you. This is pictures of the little feet trucks. They're huge. And then here's him with all his kibble. You seeing that?
Yeah. Oh, those are big.
Yeah.
They're very big. So there has to be. Rich is like, oh, nice big feet you have there. Where's this one?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, this image. And then there's this.
Oh, that backpack.
He's got a fuselage and a nose cone for a penis. It's half his fuselage. Only a third of it. Cockpit, nose cone.
Emphasis on cock.
It's interesting that like it's so just folded up on the back, and then they're like, oh, and here's another piece.
It's like what?
Couldn't figure out what to do with this.
I mean, with all this kibble, you would expect it to shell form, but no, he's hanging out under this plane.
Uh-huh.
He's hand gliding,
Yeah, it's weird. And if he's not the entire torso, what is all that extra?
The feet are very large. So how can you reconcile that? Like, those feet are almost spaced as wide as the combined mode would be standing. I didn't intentionally do that.
Right.
That is kind of how they would be in like a slight A stance.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot get him, no matter how you cut it. You can't get him. Like, his shoulders can't be superior on shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is his shoulder joints are extremely strong. They're not like stiff, like third-party stiff. They are really just strong joints. So I thought that they would be. I mean, maybe they're his hip joints. I don't know.
So this is interesting. If you look at, let me see if I can. Yeah, let me send this picture. This is a picture I found of the combined mode. And what's interesting is look at his chest and then look at the back of his calves, like the back of his legs. It looks like
It's his chest.
It looks like, yeah, the back of his legs are the chest.
Is there any gold on this guy, though? Because this guy's thighs are gold.
That's what I was going to say, too. Yeah, I don't see anything that looks like those thighs on the pictures you sent of Silverbolt. So maybe he does have monkey pants going on.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got that Alpha Bravo pants.
Oh, that would be hilarious if they did an Alpha Bravo. And he's the pants. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's got to kind of just be the chest and torso, not the pelvis and legs.
It's a cool looking combiner, though.
These are the This is the full link I pulled that from that has more pictures of. See, is there a picture of the back combined mode? No, I don't see one.
And then here. And if you show them next to... Come here, give me a fucking photo. Oh, God, it's so annoying. It sends me to a... Hold on. I'm trying to get the combined mode of Predaking up. I can't. Hold on. Images. I'm doing an image search. AliExpress. I'm just gonna screenshot it. Oh God. I can't take a fucking screenshot for my life. Oh, I love how my phone's button, you have to hit 2 buttons to screenshot, and 1 button to screenshot. It used to be the power button. Now it's Bixby. I don't want Bixby. Here, and look at that next to this guy. I think they look good together. I think that would work. I think that would look good together.
I think so too. The finish almost looks like the same style of finish, you know?
Exactly.
I definitely think they're the same company.
They have to be.
So I think the Silver Bolt's, he's just necessary. I would never feel a need to display him. And do you notice how they display the alt mode? It's like his back facing away from you. The alt mode, he's standing up and like just keeping the bottom of that airplane out of view.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing to see or hear. Move along.
I mean, but independently, I can't say it's a great figure because of all the kibble. I hate kibble. But the joints and paint and heft, really great. We'll see what the transformation's like. Anyway. Okay, but that's all that I got this week.
All right. Rich, what did you get this week?
So I got that ES Gokin vehicle Voltron.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you swayed me.
You
Robert.
like it?
It's awesome.
It's cool. He's well articulated.
He really is. He's a chunky little monkey guy. I mean, but he feels so solid.
I know.
I mean, he's got his little delicate parts, and mine came with 3 antenna. It did not come with a jack, unlike yours.
Oh, okay.
I rewatched Bobby's review, and I saw where one of the antenna was missing, and he put a jack in there.
No, wait, which one? The vehicle Voltron?
Yeah.
Wait, I got you. You're talking about the SOC one?
No, this was the. I'm pretty certain it was the.
He didn't review this yet.
Really?
He just edited the review today.
Oh, well, then it was the SOC. I've been looking at too many Voltrons. My bad.
The SOC. I love the SOC vehicle Voltron. Like, he displays so well with Go Lion. I love it. You know, but he does come with 2 little metal pieces, though. I think the little chibi one.
Yeah, he comes with 3, and I think the other one came with 3 also. They must be the same or very similar, just scale different.
I keep wanting to get the SOC Voltron. I just never pick it up. I don't know. One of these days, I want to get that SOC one.
The vehicle? Yeah, one of these days.
Just as a counterpoint to go with the SOC Go Lion, you know? It has to happen someday.
I also have I forget what company did it, the Voltron 3.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't combine. Like, it's not like he's just more of an action figure. But 3 of them look beautiful together.
There was one that did combine. I was looking those up, but it's super expensive now. Oh, is it shit?
It's shit.
Oh, okay.
It's cool to have, but if you want a figure to pick up, I think it's bad. Like, in terms of pick it up with your hands and play with it, it's just, it's old. Like, we're kind of spoiled now, but back then it's cool. But by today's standards, you probably wouldn't be thrilled. Somebody will do it, I think.
No, this was another company that did it like 5 years ago. I'll see if I can dig that up and send it.
I might be thinking about that. I think 2 or 3 companies did that.
Yeah, this one was a little more recent, but it's hard to find and stupid expensive now. And I don't know how well it scales.
Which that's supposed to you would do it.
Yeah.
Do you even scale, bro?
Do you even scale, bro? So I also got I decided I'm going in on the NewAge G2 Dinobots, like the like the weird colored ones. Not
nice.
like, So I got that yellow with the tiger stripes Grimlock.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's such a great figure.
So I want to sidetrack that when you have a chance. So finish up talking about whatever you want to say about him, and then I have a question before you move on to what else you got.
There's not much to say. I mean, that's a solid figure, and he looks beautiful in that unreleased G2 color.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a dilemma on my Dinobots because I'm wondering, like I've been going after the toy versions of the Dinobots just because I like, to me the chrome version is like that's how I pictured they were supposed to look in the cartoon. I'll go for the yellow cartoon one, and I come to the conclusion I might not get a swoop that has a blue chest with chrome wings if I go for the toy versions, because the EX swoop is a red swoop with chrome wings.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm sure they're gonna come out with every variant.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I would not be surprised if they do a second
like
EX.
a blue with a chrome.
Yeah.
EX2 or something like that. Yeah.
Why would they miss out on a repaint?
Yeah,
not NewAge.
NewAge definitely is not going to miss out on repaint, but I feel like I got to buy the red one just in case.
NewAge will still get you with the FOMO.
Swap it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, what if they don't do the blue one I want, and I need to get the cartoon one and swap out the parts to make the one that I really want? All these damn things going through my head.
You'll do all that work and pop pins and everything.
And then like 2 years later, I'm like, and here's the blue one. Like, oh.
TFCon 2025 exclusive.
Yeah. We're limited to 100 of them.
And it's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I saw they put up the pre-order, which I didn't see a pre-order for a EX version of Slag. Yeah, Slag. And I was like, huh. But they do have the.
They're annoying. They did a gold repaint of Omega Supreme, but it's like limited. It's like the lucky draw.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I collect the gold repaints. That's my repaint game.
Oh, do you? I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Just, I couldn't help it. I had to do something, and I like the Golden Lagoon stuff, even though most of these guys weren't even in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucked up. Like, okay, so we're doing a gold repaint. It's the same price as any other figure we're gonna reissue, but you can't have it.
Yeah.
There's
too bad for you.
But haha.
Yeah. I think I'm going to pre-order the red one just in case. But yeah, like I was definitely like, that's not really what I want. Like for me, the swoop has to be blue with the chrome wings. Like that's what I want. And I'm sure it's going to come. But I guess like it's the case that like if they announce it before the EX one comes out, then you can just cancel that pre-order and be done with it. So
yeah.
Regardless, that's friggin' annoying. So
what else did you get, Rich?
So I got the blue MMC cassette. Is that eject? I always get those two, rewind and eject mixed up. I think it's eject.
It's fast forward.
The blue one. Yeah, it's fast forward. I got the retail version of him because I missed out on the TFCon one.
What's
and he's
the difference?
Awesome. I think the guns have slightly different coloring, the gold detailing.
And I think the exclusive comes with like another head.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it might come with like an IDW head, maybe. I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah, I have the black one. Rewind, I think. I have whatever the other one is. I have the TFCon version of him, so I really wanted the TFCon version of the blue one. But
what are you gonna do now? You're going to TFCon. Someone's gonna have it.
Yeah, but have you seen how much they go for?
No,
it's like $300, $350, and it's like the retail one was like $65 on that shows he shipped. It's like
$350. It's not worth it. That's not
yeah. And hopefully, speaking of TFCon, hopefully the rumor is that MMC is gonna drop Ramhorn.
Oh yeah, no, I hope so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They'd be missing out because they make a ton of money on the exclusive, and then they have the retail release.
Right. Exactly. And if they don't do it now, they got to wait until spring for TFCon LA. So
right.
So the other, I also got Transart Rat Trap and Transart Tarantulas.
Oh, nice.
And I was chuckling when you were talking about Silverbolt because the box from Show Z came today. And I was looking at this box and I'm like, they have their plastic around it. And I'm like, huh, what did I order that's that big? Maybe it's tarantulas and something else.
Those fucking corner protectors.
Those
the worst boxes to open.
They're super annoying because they have the plastic cover that they put tape all over. You got to get that off. And then there's the corner protectors that have a roll and a half of tape on them. And then you got to undo the box.
I appreciate the corner protectors, but like it's a pain in the ass to get them off for sure.
I've developed a technique where I can get the tape going around the top end and just pull each protector off at one satisfying pull.
If you could do that, I've done it like once, and it's
I need you to like post that online so we can all see the technique.
A how-to video. Yeah, because I did that once and I was like, oh, that was so good. And now I can't do it again. I'm like, damn it. I'm cutting along each diagonal and then this flat and then pulling that one off. And you can just smell the cancer from that tape.
Yeah.
That tape has a really odd smell that you're like, I don't know if I should be smelling this tape.
It seems bad for me.
Yeah. This tape is made of mold or something. I don't know. But yeah, I got all that off and I was like, huh, both of these it's two boxes like pushed together and taped together and they're the same box. I'm like, did I order two tarantulas figures? And sure enough, I did. And I could have swore I didn't. So now I have an extra tarantula. So I'm like,
there's two Robert D's on this show. It's maddening. It's maddening.
So, but I'll tell you that tarantulas, the rat trap's nice. His ankle spurs are, I don't even know why they put them on. They don't lock in place, and you stand him up, and he just tilts back, and his ankle spurs do fuck all. The tarantulas looks beautiful. Nice. It's the transmetal one. He's really, really nice. I just don't need two of them. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll take it to TFCon and just put a price on it.
Is Transart the company that did the what's his name? Pterodactyl. I can't believe I forgot his name.
No, Pterosaur?
Yeah, Pterosaur.
That was MetaGate.
Right, because I like that. I have that one.
The only thing I hate about that MetaGate is the way the face is on there, and then like the basically, for lack of better terms, the helmet comes down, but they painted the white on like the edge of the helmet, which makes his face look really weird. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bobby's review, he said that the face was soft.
My standards for Beast Wars is lower than G1, just because the only thing you have to hold them against really is just the actual G1 toys or whatever MPs have come out. Nobody's really redone any MP Beast Wars. Although, is this in the notes? Or was that last week's notes? The MP
Rhinox?
Yeah.
It was last week because we had like the reveal, but I put him in again this week because we have actual
better pictures,
like really, really nice pictures. So we'll get to him.
What else did you get, Rich?
Well, the only other thing I got was that the original audio recording from Revenge of Bruticus, like the actual reel-to-reel, one-of-a-kind, that's the audio recording that they did. Full.
That's really cool.
It is cool, but so it came today, and I was super excited because I was like, oh, because I obviously don't have a reel-to-reel player, but
yet
right. But the auction said that, all of the reels, because he had multiple reels up. But it said all reels come with an audio CD.
Huh.
For that exact reason. So I was like, oh yeah, let's get this out and look. And I get it out and I look and I'm like, there's no audio CD here.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, this sucks. So I messaged him and he goes, oh yeah, I'll give you a link later this week to the raw audio files. So we'll see how that goes.
Wow, that's cool, man.
But yeah, supposedly it has like outtakes. It's just the raw recording of them just recording in the studio for that. Because, they used to do all the recording together in a room.
Mm-hmm. Back in the day.
Back in the day, not like today where everybody's got like a home recording studio and they just record and, send it off digitally or whatever. It used to just be all there. So, yeah. Looking forward to hearing that.
Then you're going to get your reel-to-reel and find out that you paid a lot of money for blank tape.
I mean, it could be. It's so hard to tell. It's a reel with a piece of tape on it with handwritten note of what it is. So
that's cool. That's cool. I love that you love that actual history stuff. And get that.
I've been muted. I didn't realize it. What if it's just an actual audio recording of the entire show with commercials? And he tries to tell you that's it. It was one take. We did it live. You can't prove him wrong.
That's right. That would be kind of.
We had a live orchestra behind us too the whole time.
Right. Hey guys, play that same song you played yesterday for the other recording we did. Wink.
That song gets stuck in my head. And for some reason the Mr. Belvedere theme song, it keeps haunting me.
That's hilarious.
I don't even know the words. I just hum it to myself. Oh god.
I don't remember the theme. I know.
I don't either, and I don't want you to hum it because then it'll get stuck.
I want you to hum
it. As you walk through the door, no one cares. Now we're demonetized. No one cares. You don't remember that?
Mr. Belvedere himself is going to sue the show.
Survival. God. Gonna live the good life yet. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Wow.
Good stuff.
Is that it?
That's it.
What did you get, Justin?
Well, thanks for asking, Robert. I'm poor now, so I didn't get too much of anything. But I was actually shopping at the poor store.
Ollie's.
We went to Ollie's, and I was like, "Wait, this is a Flames Toys Snake Eyes model kit, the Fear Eye model." I'm like, for $12. I'm like,
that's
right.
Crazy.
I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I picked that up, and I was surprised because, I know, I've heard, they're light. They're basically like the Bandai Figure Eyes, model kits for Dragon Ball things, but with other properties. And then I flipped the box over, and I'm like, oh, Bandai's logo is on the box. I'm like, how fucking weird to be buying a Hasbro IP with Bandai's logo on the back. Yeah, 100%.
I didn't realize that either.
I'll take a picture for you. Actually, let me see. Let me look if I the picture I sent to you earlier in the chat when I said should I. Yeah, bottom right corner. You can actually see plastic model kit and Bandai's logo right there at the bottom.
Send it.
You have to go back. You just scroll up.
I gotta scroll up. I'm lazy.
Yeah, you lazy piece of crap.
All the banter.
Let me go. Hold on. I'll just forward it back to the exact same chat. There you go. Yeah. It's forwarded back to the same chat.
I gotta scroll down.
Yeah, scroll down.
The Bandai.
Bottom right corner.
Yeah, you can see it. Little tiny Bandai.
Oh, wow.
Bandai did all those Star Wars models, didn't they? Like Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if this is the same line. They just
slap Flames Toys on it and call it a day.
But it's G.I. Joe. Hasbro doesn't give two shits about G.I. Joe anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they doing for G.I. Joe? Nothing retro.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is.
Let me just. I just want to throw out there that Hasbro is tune in on the 13th for a big Ghostbusters announcement, and then you tune in. They're tune in on October 30th for a Ghostbusters. I'm like, your big announcement you teased on the 13th. To tune in tomorrow was to tune in later on. What the You know.
Soon it'll be tune in April 1st for a big announcement.
Exactly.
We were just kidding. There's nothing. April
Something
Fools.
big is coming. That's what they're saying. And like, I don't know. It's probably gonna be like a fucking HasLab Marshmallow Man or something like that.
You know it.
Yeah. Fuck that.
We were just talking, speaking of G.I. Joe, of that Super 7 Cobra.
Yeah, that thing's interesting.
Yeah, it's massive.
It is.
It's a big crowd-funded.
What is it, like $460?
Yeah, it's. What was it? Let's go look it up. Anyway, sorry. What else did you get?
That's it. That's all I got. I told you I'm poor now. Yeah.
Cobra Mothership. Have you seen this, Robert?
Oh.
It's $500.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's for like the old school G.I. Joes, like the 3 3/4 ones, and you get like 2 little trouble bubbles that I'm not sure if they actually go in the back or not.
That was a real thing in the cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've never seen that. Wow. I guess I'm not a real Joe fan.
I hope I'm assuming it comes with those little stands. It has to come with those stands, right? The little like flame stands that
make it look like it's hovering.
Yeah.
You know, this thing needs to have those spikes on the top. Should be pegs that go into the Joe's feet.
Mm-hmm.
They could all be, hovering on it or surfing on it.
Early bird will get 2 soft vinyl Cobra parachutes. Tier 1.
I mean, it looks great.
And then so like I look at this and like this is what I hate about crowdfunding, right? Like they show all this stuff and like okay, so tier 1 gets you 2 turrets, which like are the turrets supposed to be there? Where do the turrets go? Like 2 additional front attached seated turrets and so like there's turrets in the ship. Where do these turrets go that I'm like, are they missing? Do we need to make sure we have tier 1 so I can get these turrets? Like, what's the deal? Then tier 2, they're like, here's the trouble bubbles. The flip up canopy, all that. I'm like, they call it an accessory. These are, 2 missile accessories. Okay, they don't call the trouble bubble an accessory, but I'm like, do they have a spot in the back of this thing? Like, it looks like it probably does, right? Like, but it like pisses me off because like your stretch goals are things that look like it completes the set, right? Like, what if you don't hit tier 2? What if you only hit tier 1? And it's like, well, now nobody gets the trouble bubble that fits inside this thing. Like
those are turrets? Those look like gun bikes.
Yeah, that's tier 1 is turrets, and I don't understand where they go.
There's no pictures of them. I'm looking now and I don't see pictures.
Where does it say turrets?
Just under unlock. 2 additional front attached seated turrets and an additional sticker sheet.
Weird.
They're like, hey, everybody, I know you're going to spend $450 on this, and if we get enough backers, we'll do you a favor and give you a second set of sticker sheets. Like, fuck you.
Another interesting thing. Look at tier 3 goal.
Tier 3, yeah.
It's the Super 7 version on the left, but then you unlock the O-ring figure.
Yeah, I saw that. That was interesting, yeah.
I didn't notice that before. That's very interesting.
Well, no, you get the Super 7 and the O-ring. Yeah, because this whole thing, like when you look at it, it is designed to go with the old 3 3/4 thing. Like sure, the Super 7 works, but you can use this with your old school Joes, which is probably the biggest appeal of it, right? Like all these people who collect, all the various G.I. Joe shit out there. Like, yeah, like this would be perfect, and we don't have this particular set ever. We got the space shuttle. I forget what the hell that thing is called. We got the flag, but we don't have this. So
Concorde or something.
But this isn't that big, though.
It is and it isn't, right? Like
the mothership?
Like, this is the mothership, and it's huge, but it's like it really is not that big for the number of things it can fit inside. Like, it's going to get cramped pretty damn quick inside
it's 32 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It is. But it's not really like a mothership huge, right? Like,
right.
Like, I look at it and it's like, like you got a pilot and then you got like the 2 turret gunners on the left, the 2 turret gunners on the right. And it's like, what are you going to do with the other figures in there? Like, the way it's shaped, you can't fit extra figures standing there. I don't know. It's just, it's weird. It's a weird set. I
I'll
get
put
it.
this in the chat or in the notes so that our listeners aren't like, what the hell are they talking about? That's nice that they're talking. We can't
I'm
see
gonna
shit.
clip the notes right before you put that in, and then they're not gonna see it.
They're very
Just kidding.
close to making this first tier, though. They already have 295 backers.
Yeah,
This isn't getting made. You really think it's going to get made?
I think so. I think it'll happen.
I think it will. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the old O-ring group of G.I. Joe collectors are like fanatical for these types of vehicles and stuff. So I think it'll happen.
I'm still super surprised that they're doing cartoon accurate O-ring figures because I thought that was kind of like where Hasbro drew the line. It's like you can license Transformers from Hasbro, but you can't license transforming.
Yeah.
And it's like you can license G.I. Joe from Hasbro, but you can't license their good old, O-ring style or their 25th anniversary that nobody cares about really. But
Yeah.
you can't do their O-ring style, but they're clearly doing the O-ring style here. That's very interesting.
I like
'Cause
that
that
this
was a
thing has
big
like the
deal.
working doors and stuff. Like that's cool to me. Like the Cobra logo opens up to the cockpit and stuff. Like that's cool. I like
Yeah.
those little features. And I really like. I wondered about the trouble bubble because like the back doesn't look like it opens, right? But that like bay area looks like it's designed to hold something like the trouble bubble or two.
Well, so if you look at those blue chairs
Mhm.
and you picture the trouble bubble being like built around that, I think you could easily fit two back there.
Yeah, and that's what I think. But then, like, does that back thing, like the one picture shows like the two, like the tail of the Cobra. That's not even the tail, but the tail of this particular vehicle.
If this had a tail.
Yeah, like you see how there's like that big flat panel. Like, does that open? Like, I feel like it looks like it should open, but like none of the pictures show it open. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the base of the Cobra head.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
it does look like it should, but it doesn't look like it does.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
And it's like that's the thing. If the trouble bubbles go in there, I would expect to be able to like display this somewhere with it open and maybe have like some kind of wire that I've attached somewhere that looks like the trouble bubbles flying out. All this stuff, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Guys
know.
are nerds.
It's neat. It's neat that they're
It looks
doing it.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it looks really great.
You guys are so nerdy.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm looking at 5 removable exterior panels. It doesn't even mention anywhere that the back looks like it would open. Like I feel like you'd call that a separate piece. So, and then it's also interesting. You can get the just the troopers too, both the O-ring and the reaction versions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, $75 either one you want.
It is weird that they show these tier unlocks, but they don't show at all where they go or how they interact.
It's weird because it's like
You're right,
you
that's
get these things
bizarre.
like, well, are these additional turrets in case like something that's on here breaks off? Like, what's it for? So let me see. I'm looking at the video. I just realized I never looked. Oh yeah, okay. So the video does show the 2 trouble bubbles in the back.
Oh, I'm looking at it now too. Yeah,
There's
you're right.
little panels that open up. Okay, cool little things that flip open and closed. Okay.
There's a globe.
Yep. Oh, Flint. Look at you. You look so sad. Oh. Now, see, like, you need to have some kind of mechanism that, like, the things slide open. Do they slide open? Okay, they just slide down and fall down the hole. I get you. Okay.
Oh, the brig.
Yeah.
They have a brig.
Oh, the parachute store in there, too. That's kind of cool. I like that. What else? So I don't understand these little opening radar panels. Like, why are they open?
I love how there's
the gun locker's cool. I love the gun locker.
I love how there's a place for your missiles to fall out and get lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perfect.
The bombs. Sorry, bombs.
They'll fall out right where your crab hand is.
Yeah, and then it's like, so we go through this whole thing, and like, I don't see in here where those, like, the tier 1 turret things go.
Nope, they don't show it at all.
They must be on the outside. But
That's
there should be a
weird.
way to kind of deploy them from the inside into the outside. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I never saw this on the cartoon, so I don't know where they went in the cartoon rendition. Do you?
Let me see.
I don't know if they showed where they store.
I don't remember. I don't think you saw it in the cartoon. Not that I can recall. I don't know. It's interesting. I wish them the best. So, yeah. Let's see. 3 days ago, here's the mothership. Jaw-droppingly massive toy. Yeah, blah, blah. Okay, more pictures. Yeah, like that cargo door in the back doesn't look like it moves, but the trouble bubbles are there, which is stupid to me.
But were these turrets in the cartoon rendition of this ship?
I don't know. Not that I see.
Hmm.
I mean, but like it could be something that sticks out through like the inside somewhere, but they don't show it anywhere. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Anyway. Should we move on?
Yes.
Some
We should
Transformers
move
news?
on.
All right.
I'm gonna have to hop off in a few minutes.
You son of a bitch. We didn't even get to any of the news.
I know,
Third-party
we're
news.
having a good discussion, though.
FansHobby G1 Predator Jet Talon Homage Huntsman exclusive coming to TFCon Orlando. I don't know what this one is, but it looks kind of cool, and it looks like it's like one of those. Is it G2? I don't know. I don't even know what it is. It looks neat though.
It's right on that like weird area where Europe got some exclusives that some of them were released as G2, some of them were never released as G2, but they came out as G1 and in Europe, and yeah, like where Pyro came out. I think he was only in Europe or something.
It's neat. I wonder how much Chosen Prime like influences these exclusives, right? Like, because they always seem to have interesting exclusives with FansHobby. So I don't know. It's weird.
It goes with the one from Chicago.
Yeah.
I just sent a link in the chat. You'll see Talon. He was released in 1992, it says. Yeah. So, right on the cusp of
G1 and G2. Yeah.
G2, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
So, it looks cool.
I'm down. All right. So, MakeJets or MakeToys is bringing another exclusive Seeker repaint to TFCon. This is Slipstream, aka Slipstream. This doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I get that you did it in what's so weird is that it's even like has like the Transformers animated logo and stuff going on, but like it just doesn't work for Slipstream for me. It looks nothing like her.
They're just desperately trying to make money on. They're obviously trying to pull themselves out of the ashes and trying to get some capital together. And the way any third-party company makes money is on the repaints. That's where they start making profit.
Yeah.
So obviously they need cash. Yeah. I think
this whole thing, like I look at this, I'm like, why didn't you at least do a different head or something? Like just making it a purple version of Thrust. Purple and light blue. I'm like, I don't know. It's so lazy looking.
I think Robert nailed it.
Yeah.
They didn't do any retooling because
they didn't have any cash to do it. Yeah, you might be right.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Just fire it up, new colors.
And I think many people are gonna buy this.
You think so? I think this is one of those things that you see on clearance later on.
No, I mean, with you. They only need 300 to buy it.
Yeah. People are like the people who collect the Make Toy Seekers are very much committed to the Make Toy Seekers. So, but once you collect Seekers, it is just difficult to resist the urge to buy the other Seeker characters. Even, if they're third tier, fourth tier, you still need them because you now are hooked with the completionist.
It's just weird because it wouldn't take much to me for someone to come along with something very similar that's more feminine looking and be like, oh, well, now I don't need this anymore at all. I mean, all
they really had to do was change the head.
Like the who made it? The third party Windblade.
Mm-hmm.
If someone took that Windblade and
that company.
Yeah, the one that made that Windblade, and they made some modifications and changed the wings, a little bit so they don't do that I don't know, whatever it is, the cloak on the back. Yeah, it's not a bad figure. It's like just take off the samurai head and give a Slipstream head and then like kind of change the wings a little bit. And it's been a while since I've looked at it. You might not even need to change the wings,
She had
honestly.
like swords.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have those. You could work that more than this.
Right. And then it's like perfect. Like, so like I'm surprised that Bingo Toys hasn't made a Slipstream at this point. And like
Bingo Toys, right?
yeah, like I'd buy it, you know. I'm sure people would buy it. Like that was a damn good looking release, honestly. Like the transformation was dumb, and like the jet mode is like, you know, it's not the best looking jet mode, but like it was fine for what it was, and like honestly, like the figure standing on a shelf is pretty stunning looking with all the swords and all that stuff. Like I think it was a really good release for the price. So.
Slip Swarm.
Yeah. Slip Swarm onto something else. Remember that one triple changer from the Bumblebee movie named Shatter that never got a triple changing toy? Pepperidge Farms remembers, but so does MetaGate.
And Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah. So this
This
is that
is
other
the
one.
Pterosaur company,
Yeah.
by the way, Robert.
Looks pretty cool. I like the old mode.
I
How
mean,
big
it
is this?
looks. I think it's MP scaled.
Okay, so you're out. Because honestly, I get why this is MP scale, because like it's going to be hard to make him from this like off-road muscle car to the Harrier jet that he is, you know, in a deluxe type package. But it's like the only other one we have is a deluxe, right? Like,
And it's not a triple changer.
right? So like,
There is another company doing this. I can't remember who, but
yeah,
If this had more paint, it would look better. But
it's 11 inches tall.
yeah. Yeah,
Whoa,
so it's like
that's big.
it's okay. Yeah, it's MP10 scale. It's actually taller than MP10.
This is a prototype, so this is not a.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So this is scaling. This is scaling with your like 3-0 Bumblebee figures.
Mhm.
This will scale
Oh,
with the
that's a good
Starscream,
point. That's a good point.
Rich.
Oh,
I didn't think about that.
That's gonna scale perfectly with Starscream.
Oh,
God
nice.
damn it! I
Yep.
have to.
And then you know they're gonna have the other one, whatever that one was. Dropkick.
this is-
What's the other one?
Yeah, the truck.
Yeah, I think
Can't
it was
remember.
Dropkick.
Shart splat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shart wipe. You know, and you beefed a little too much, and you realize you got to wipe your ass.
Mhm. All right, what's next?
Oh,
we're
man,
just
I
move
do
on
that.
because we don't want to lose Robert while we still can. X Transbot's big load full reveal in all three modes. He
Yeah,
sure
it's-
makes a nice pair of pants.
Yeah, I think this looks great.
I do. I think Justin's just been screwed by them. He doesn't want to
No, I'm
get
done
it.
with them. I'm honestly like I'm in on their punch counter punch, and like I might be done with Keith. So
I
it
mean,
does look good. I just don't think I need to do my like change out Zeta. Like I don't feel like I'm like, oh, that constructor I have is lesser. Like when I like was buying into the Generation toys, and then like I was like, you know, watching people put together their toy world from afar. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. You know, like I hate
Yeah.
this thing.
But
And
I
I
think
finally got the whole thing built. I'm like, fuck, you know, and like so I immediately sold it off and then picked up the Toy World one. And like, I get this. I think this set looks great, but I don't get that feeling of like, well, now I got to get rid of everything. Like I'm still happy with what I have in this case.
Well, what I hope is at TFCon MMC reveals their long haul. Like that would be fucking great.
Yeah,
You know, like just reveal it at the third party panel because you know they're doing a Devastator,
yeah.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be the same scale, is it? Same
No.
size. It will be the
It's
same
gonna be
scale, just
tiny.
different size.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a little scared about this because it's you know, KFC. Well, yeah, KFC X Transbots,
No, I will say
the most consistently inconsistent company.
exactly. We need to really come up. We had Rich and I were talking behind the scenes, and Unique Toys is apparently, I don't know if you put it in notes, but they're reissuing their Sandstorm.
Oh my
Sorta.
God, no!
and we came up with like Unique Toys, the best by default or something like that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's like
'cause they were the only
that
one.
could be like their book, and like I think we need to have We need we need to have titles for every third-party company's book, and I think KFC is consistently inconsistent.
It's true.
So,
but dude, that sorter, that was like that was like Armageddon. I feel like in the collecting zeal, that thing hit. Everyone picked it up, and it was so boring.
I didn't pick it up. I ended up buying it from Tyler later on. I bought his.
You got Tyler's?
I did, yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I bought it from him.
I feel like that killed collecting for him.
I'm actually he's on my shelf still. He's up with my two of my headmasters and the one target master that MakeToys did, and then they quit.
As I recall, he referred to it as a hot dog truck.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely looks like the hot dog. I'm like,
the
what kind of dune buggy is this thing? You know, like no way. So.
Wait a second. So that killed collecting for Tyler, and then he was like, "Here, Justin, you need this figure."
Well, I was like,
it killed it for me. Here, you have it.
He made a good price on it, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I don't have a Sandstorm. You know, why not? I always like Sandstorm. He's not good, but
a lot of the collectors, like these MP collectors, they were collecting like you could see them getting bored. Like a lot of people lost interest at the same time. Many people stuck with it, but there was a real like just fatigue that went on.
Oh yeah,
there was
for sure.
People the generalization of this type of collector is all detolfs, with lights. And they get doubles or triples of FansToys, depending. But if it's a regular figure, they're going to get doubles and display them in bot mode and all mode. If it's a triple changer, they get triples, and they got fatigued. But it's around the same time. And Tyler was one of those guys, just FansToys, detolfs, doubles of everything. And this thing hit. And people were jumping all over it. And then it just popped the balloon of interest for people.
Uh-huh.
Sorter.
I bought him on sale. There's a big Unique Toys like fire sale at one point. I bought him and I bought Provider. And Provider's a good figure.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's got the small truck.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
Who's Provider?
Right. He's
Octane /
oh god, yeah, Wings,
is.
the undisplayable figure.
Yeah, I have him too.
I mean, I bought Sorter.
If you turn Provider on your shelf, you knock everything off your shelf.
This is true. His wings are ridiculous.
Yeah. But I got him and I was like, the robot mode. It's not good. And I put him in the dune buggy mode and I'm like, it's just
so
not good.
This is where
Then I put it into the helicopter mode and I'm like, it's the best of 3 by default, and he's the best masterpiece Sandstorm by default
we've ever gotten. Yeah, it's weird. Sandstorm's an interesting character because like the things that people think Sandstorm's good. Like remember, it was Generations or something did like a Voyager one, and people were all over that. And I got it. I'm like, he's cool. Like he was made off the Springer mold, but it's like it's not really like the Sandstorm I want. It had that big like huge wheel in the back and all that. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he's fine, but
he wasn't a helicopter. He was like a weird.
Yeah.
His back wheels turned into like.
Generations did it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he was fine, but it's like it just doesn't seem like it'd be super difficult to make a good Sandstorm, and just nobody ever's tried.
Springer mold, wasn't it? The Springer mold.
No,
the Generations one.
The
yes.
Generations was a heavy retool.
That killed that interest too. I think it's just the character.
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
That one character from that one episode.
I just remember my best friend growing up had Sandstorm. I'm like, what is this? I've never seen this Transformer.
Yeah,
I suddenly want a hot dog.
Before we move off
you blew your friend.
I want your hot dog.
True story.
7-year-old Justin. Oh god.
Well, that took a dark turn. But before we get off this long haul, look at the the vehicle mode.
Yeah, the door.
I mean, you can see it. What is up with that? It's like did they not put enough coats of paint on there?
Yeah,
did they just say fuck it?
They're like, this is clear. We need to not paint this. I don't know. I have no idea what the deal was, but it's like that door. everything else looks great, and then you're like, oh, what's going on there?
Well, then you start to see it in other spots, like in robot mode. He's got that different green on the toe. It's
I
like
hope
the
it's 'cause it's a
die-cast.
prototype, but obviously
I don't know.
it's. I hope it's because it's a prototype, but like you can clearly see that like the decision was he needed to have transparent windows in vehicle mode for the driver that doesn't fucking exist, right? Like you could have just made this thing out of cast green and then put some like a metallic-y sticker or or paint on there. Not sticker, I would rather you do paint, but like you could put some kind of paint on there to make the windows, and it would have looked infinitely better than having paint that mismatches.
Paint them fucking black, for all you care,
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
If black would take on green more than light green takes on clear purple.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I gotta jump off, guys. I'm really
All right.
sorry.
Well,
I hate to do
All
it.
right, man.
fuck you.
NewAge Wheeljack looks great.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Robert. Me and Rich will finish out the show. So, all right, moving on.
See you, Robert.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, he fucked us. All right, NewAge
Hammond.
Hammond, aka Wheeljack, and I saw this thing and I was like, that thing looks gorgeous, and I'm like, pre-order him, and I'm like, I need the EX version because it's gonna have all the like more of the logos and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Um,
But check out picture 4.
Picture 4. All right.
Is the EX version going to come with
I know, and that bothers the shit out of me, right? Like
that? Yeah, we've talked about this. This pisses me off too.
yeah, the Hound, right, is the first one that's come with a piece.
Yep.
Was it Hound that came with a piece of them? Yeah.
The first Hound, the cartoon Hound, comes
Yeah,
with
and the second one doesn't, right?
Autobot
So
Spike, and EX does not.
yeah, like, and that's fucking annoying to me. And like, I bet you that they're just gonna end up at releasing Autobot Spike at some point later on. But like, that shit is super annoying. And like, I thought about that too. I'm like, well, do I need the Autobot X? Like, I mean, maybe, but like, I don't really want this Wheeljack. I want the one with all the extra bits to it. And I'm like, I don't mind Cartoon Hound. I think Cartoon Hound looks great. I probably would have got EX Hound if I really had thought about it more than a second. But yeah, like this, like I can get away with not EX Hound, but I feel like I can't not have EX Wheeljack,
Right. And so the question I have for NewAge is, why not just do both? Why not have EX and cartoon and have EX or have a cartoon Autobot X and have a, I know there's no toy for it, but just make him.
Yeah, like, like maybe
just make him fit in.
The EX version of Autobot Spike has, more of, like, because this is Prowl's arm, I believe, right? Like,
You just make it match the character. The
yeah,
EX version.
Make it match the EX, and like, like any of the extra tampos you put on, like, well, we'll throw that on the forearm or something, like it looks like that's where that is. Like, you could do that. It's like, it doesn't make sense that you make a toy and then you leave accessories out for a different release. And the other thing is, like, when they're more expensive, like the fucking Dinobots are like $5 or $10 more expensive, and I get it, like the Vac Metal Chrome or whatever, but then it's like, you get like Jazz, it's like, it's the EX one, and we had to put tampos on, and he's like $10 more expensive. I'm like, but why? Like, did the tampos really cost you that much? I'm like, I'll pay it because I want that version, but yeah.
But the thing though is, like, Hound, the first release Hound has so many more accessories.
Right.
I mean, forget about Autobot X.
Yeah.
Forget about the Autobot X part for a minute. He even has, like, he has the cover,
the roof,
the Jeep cover, the
everything.
roof. He's got more guns. He's got the hologram little cone.
Yep.
And then EX Hound is the darker toy green. And he comes with like 2 guns.
Yeah.
Oh, and Cartoon Hound, the first release, comes with the little Ravage cage.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like way more accessories than the EX version. So I don't understand.
And the EX is either the same price or more, like, it's stupid.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and then like, like, I look at this Wheeljack and like, I'm like, this car looks great. Like, Wheeljack looks great. I'm like, I just wish it had more paint to it. Like, I really wish that you had that Attila paint scheme going on, and like maybe some kind of similar logos, like the EX. Let me see the EX Jazz. Let me see. What was his name? Downbeat? No, that's someone else. NewAge Jazz EX. Monero, that's right. So I'm just looking to see what they did with that Jazz. Yeah, like they had Dunlop, Bosch, Shell, like he's got a bunch of the logos. So Wheeljack is going to come out like this.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, so I don't want like a subpar Wheeljack, but it's like I want the Autobot X piece, I want all these accessories, like I want my toy version Wheeljack to have the thing of the week, So, yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm buying both of these just because I want the pieces. But I hate that. Like, I hate that, and I know that, like, so what other figures are coming I'm going to have to buy 2 versions of because, I prefer the deco that the toy is going to get.
I just wish they would just say, look, if we made an accessory for a figure, every version comes with it.
Yeah.
Then you decide.
Yeah.
And make them all the same price. Just amortize the price out across all of them.
I'm okay if, like Vac Metal Chrome probably does cost more than paint. I'm okay with like the Dinobots costing a little bit extra because of that chrome. Like there's a process there. The materials are more expensive than paint. Like, okay, I get it. I'm going to have to pay a little more for the Vac Metal Chrome. But like for like, Tampo stuff, like no, it doesn't need to be different price. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Oh, well, it looks great. I'm probably getting it. We'll see. So
I'll pick him up. He looks great.
I'll definitely get the EX version. Questions on the regular version. It's not like I can even contact them and be like, "Are you gonna have the Autobot X pieces for the EX version or whatever?" So probably not.
I would guess no, because Hound didn't come with it.
Yeah, and
that's the only
shit.
2 out, right? Hound and Wheeljack.
Yeah, that's total shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Wu has made Extreme Warfare, a.k.a. Metroplex. Like, why Extreme Warfare? What a weird fucking name for a mostly, like, it's a city, right? Like, I guess he has a tank mode. No, it's like a carrier mode. Isn't it officially listed as a carrier? I think it's a carrier.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a carrier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. This is fine. I mean, there's a lot of Metroplex love coming lately.
There is.
Yeah.
There's at least like 3, maybe 4 third-party Metroplexes coming.
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of love.
I mean, this looks okay, and like these Dr. Wu Legend Scale, Sub-Legend Scale, I guess you'd call them, they've been pretty good, all of them so far, so I suspect that this is probably pretty good too. It's interesting how the head folds apart and looks like it like makes like a seat for like your character, or your small Legends character to sit up there and man the cannon that is now his head.
Yeah, that's kind of fun, I guess.
I guess the way the shins fold out, like it looks like there's the little mounts there, probably for his actual the red guns, which I don't think we seen. Yeah, we don't see them in any of the pictures, so. They probably mount into those little holes and give like little ground turrets. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad Metroplex. So
I think
I'm more interested in the other ones we've seen, but yeah.
Yeah, that one that's like 19 or 20 inches tall for Legends class.
Yeah, like that I'm really interested in. So
yeah, that one looks great.
Yeah. All right. Legend Scale Armada Starscream from Mechanic Skull Studios. Okay.
Yeah,
so they just keep adding words to their name.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic though. Like
it really does.
I don't really care about Armada Starscream, but like this is pretty badass looking. Maybe I do care about Armada Starscream. I don't know.
Especially when you get further in the pictures and they start putting him in really dynamic poses.
You're and like
he looks great.
He looks really well done.
Like the robot mode pics, he almost just looks like a really highly articulated action figure, and then you're like, oh, he transforms. Nice.
And it even looks like they actually did it the right way, where like part of his wing becomes his sword and stuff. Like,
yeah,
because it looks like it's taken off on the right side, so maybe he has 2 swords. Like, I don't know, he's pretty cool. I could be convinced. We'll see.
The only thing I don't see is a place. I mean, obviously there's no Minicon, but I don't see a place for a Minicon to really plug in either under like the nose cockpit area.
Yeah, where on the actual toy back in the day, do you remember where the Minicon plugged in? Because I'm noticing there's...
I think it was right under the cockpit.
Was it? Is that where it plugged in?
So.
Oh, no, it's there. It's there. Look at the picture where he's kind of doing the Gundam thing where he's got the two shoulder cannons. And you'll see the Minicon on the back.
Oh, you're right. You can see little Swindle's spoilers sticking up.
Yeah, so it's that little, like, it's not a traditional Minicon port. It's a little, like, rectangular peg. You can see it in the vehicle mode. That's cool. Maybe I'm in on this. I don't know. I don't really have a big attachment to Armada, but this really looks pretty good. So... I'm telling you, Robert writes off Mechanic Studios, but like Mech Fans Toys did a Rodimus, a hot rod.
Oh yeah.
And it does the MP, what is it, 09 trick?
Yeah.
You know, where it bridges the scale, and it does it so well. I'm like, this is a good figure.
Yeah, I've handled that figure. A friend of mine has it, and it is really well done.
Like, I do wish there was like a little bit more differentiation between like Hot Rod and Rodimus, like, but like overall for what it is, like, it's a good original figure, you know? Like obviously it borrowed the inspiration off of MP09 or whatever, but it did it better. It flat out did it better. Like, it's less breakable, things work better, like you're not manipulating stupid panels in little ways on tiny little armatures. Like, it was good. So yeah. All right, next up we have MMC has shown their Hot Spot prototype. Let's open this one up. See what we're looking at. He looks good. I'm down. I am ready for this set to be done. Like, absolutely, like, they're so good.
Yeah. I wish the combined mode was bigger, but the individuals so far look fantastic. And I think we both have first aid and Streetwise.
I have two first aids because I took with my one first aid, I just took the legs off, or the combiner mode thing off, and like I can just pop it on, pop it off, and he's great in both modes, and it never causes the back end to bulge out. Like, I love it. I absolutely love these figures. They're so much fun to mess with. I would seriously consider buying these in G2 also. That's how good they are. You know, normally I'm like, one's good. I don't need both. But I think, like, I mean, that Streetwise in, like, black, he'd look so good.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the X-Transbot Streetwise in black or in regular is,
yeah. No, this looks good. Like, I'm anxious to see him get some more paint and stuff on there, because obviously he's just really black and blue right now, and just, like, a touch of yellow. But, like, the bot mode looks good. He's like, the fact that he stands taller than Optimus looks good. I don't really know what they were doing with the arms here. That picture where he's next to Optimus, and like the shoulders kind of do this weird back angle, but like I don't know, he still looks good.
Oh, his whole legs are thrusted back too, like he's. Yeah,
it is like that. Now that you said that, I'm noticing that is in every single picture, which does make me have questions. I hope that I don't have to display mine that way, but yeah, he looks good. I'm okay.
Or are they trying to downplay his size a little bit by, I don't know. That is weird.
Yeah, that's the weird. That's the only part that I find a little bit extra weird. Is just that it looks a little bit weird. If as long as I can get him to stand straight though, like when it's all done, maybe they are trying to downplay his size a little. Now that you say it, I don't know. Like, I don't see in any of the pictures anything that necessarily look back heavy. Like, he doesn't look like he's big and back heavy. I don't know why they're doing that with his legs.
It is a little weird. Do you see the Digibash that somebody did in the comments there?
I did not. Which picture?
If you just look at the main link.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Oh,
comments.
I see. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, looks nice. I like it.
Yeah. The only thing I don't get is the legs. I hope that there's some kind of mechanism there. And maybe it's the case that this is a prototype, and if they like move the legs to slide on a track or something like the way it should look, maybe that potentially causes something to break. So it's just like, just do it this way for the pictures. That'll be good enough, because that is a little bit weird. That's the only thing I think looks weird. But other than that, like, I am totally down with this guy. I can't wait.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
When you look at the same link that the Digibash is, if you scroll down, there's actually a picture of all 5 of them, like from MMC, and the legs don't look like they're doing that weirdness to it. So I think we're probably safe. But
you know what I forgot to put in here? I don't think I put in here. Did I? No. There are pics of the alt mode too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought I put that link, but I must not have. Let me see if I can find them quickly.
Yeah, if you see them. If not, that's okay. I love the set. Like, they're so much fun to transform. Like, they're probably, First Aid and Streetwise have definitely been, like, up there on, like, the fun scale of toys, Like, I so enjoyed throwing them back and forth, and, they're just fun. They're great. Like, I enjoy these so much that now that I was cleaning up and everything, I'm like, I don't really want these X-Trans ones anymore. Like, I don't need these in my life, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was getting the X-Trans bots for the combined mode because of the size.
Yeah.
But after having that G2 Menosaur, I'm like, no, their combined mode is not good.
Yeah. It's a shame.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm down with
I agree.
this. I'll get this.
And they all feel, the 2 that are out feel very, very solid.
Yeah, the one that's going to be the most telling is when they get to Groove, because I feel like Groove is always the one that like breaks things down, and I think it's 100% the reason that we got, what was his name, Rook, for when Transformers redid it again. Like, yeah.
Combiner Wars.
Yeah, logistically, Groove is the one that doesn't work, right? He's a motorcycle that makes up a whole leg. Like, it was a weird decision way back in the day.
Yeah, it would be funny if somebody did an in-scale version and then just had like a big leg that the little motorcycle snaps onto. All right, hold on. I found these alt mode pics.
All right, let me post them in here. We'll get them for everyone else too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're fine.
Let's put it right. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that looks really good, and that's a nice size fire truck.
Yeah, it's very big. And I
don't like the ladder. I don't love the ladder, but I can live with it. Like, I wish the ladder backed up a little bit more to the end of the truck, and like the ladder itself was just more bulky. But I see, like, the idea is the ladder slides in and like telescopes into what would be the head portion of Inferno. You know what I'm talking about? And
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, so we tuck it in there, and then boom, it's obviously gonna fold somewhere, and you're never gonna see it. Like, I don't mind seeing the ladder with Defensor. I think it's okay to see it, but it's fine. It's fine. I will live with it because I think the truck looks good otherwise. So.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He certainly is.
MMC does a good job. I have those G2 Combaticons and very happy with those.
Yeah. I did not get them, and I feel like I missed out now. Like, I should go back and get them, but
I know the G1 Combaticons have been reissuing at like regular price, so
yeah, maybe I'll have to do that then. So, all right, well, I think that tops us out for third-party news. Let's move on to some official news. The little chubby-wubby super deformed Beast Wars figures by ToyTour. What is this?
Yeah, just like little.
So this is going back to Hasbro telling you, like, you can't have Transformers that transform. So they're just like, they're not quite statues, but they're not quite action figures either.
They almost look like they're. Yeah, some of them they almost look like they're PVCs.
Yeah, exactly. They remind me a little bit of what the hell are they?
Those Heroes of Cybertron.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Heroes of Cybertron. Yeah. So.
Oh, you know what? Actually, these remind me of the Heroes of Cybertron were like the actual G1 looking PVCs. Robot Heroes were the little 2-packs.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
That's
I remember
what
those
they
too.
look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look like more detailed.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that.
Yeah. I like the Megatron comes with a little rubber ducky in the one shot.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Yeah, these are cool. I mean, it's a nice little way to get your Beast Wars fix, I think. So.
Yeah. Wonder how much they are.
Yeah, this has to be relatively cheap though, right? Like,
I'm sure.
if you're not making them cheap, like I can't see where you're super interested in these, but yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah. So if you click on the link that it says they're same company doing the Rise of the Beast, it says PVC tabletop figures.
Okay.
So yeah, they're very similar to like the Robot Heroes and such back in the day.
Very nice. All right. So moving on. Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls, Masterpiece Mechanical Rhino figure. Oh my god, it really is. You know, like it didn't put 2 and 2 together until you put that in here. But
well, you know what made me really think of that is picture 17.
17. All right, let's go look.
Because it's like they made a point to say, and here's Rhinox's ass.
Yeah.
I just picture Ace Ventura coming out of there.
I can see like the top picture too, where it's like Rhinox on the side and like the tail's flipped up and like amazing. I love it. I may have to get it now in a little Ace Ventura figure.
Yeah,
That would be
I hope
awesome.
somebody makes a 3D print of that where he's just coming out.
Yeah, I love that. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, this looks great.
It does.
It looks really, really well done.
I see the eye has articulation, huh? Like when you look at that picture 17, like the picture with the mouth open, the eye is at the side of his face, but then in the top, it's like more forward looking.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that with some of the other ones. I think I know Megatron has it. Trying to think if like Tigatron has it. I don't think Cheetor does, but yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
They do a good job, I think, of capturing the CGI look of the 90s cartoon.
Yeah.
And some of the bits show in beast mode, and that's a lot harder to pull off, but
yeah, it's cool.
I think it looks great. I'm in on this.
Yeah, I think that looks good. So I'm not in on it because the only one I have is Primal, but yeah, I mean it's good to see that people are actually completing a Beast Wars set, long before we even get all the Arcbots. Hasbro.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other discussion we could have because there's obviously nothing to license here, which makes it easier for them, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but, that's the big thing, right? There is nothing for them to license, so that's 110% why we ended up getting what we got. So.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me is we just had Rise of the Beast, as the big live action movie, and it has a Porsche licensing campaign, and it has a bunch of beasts in it. Why aren't we getting more of both? Why is this the only MP reveal?
Yeah, I definitely do question that too. Like, why do we not have more MP stuff on the horizon and things like that?
If nothing else, you do the easy things. You say, okay, we're doing an MP Rhinox. We already have Primal. We already have Cheetor. So now we're going to do an MP Air Razor. And here's your MP Jazz.
Yeah.
Maybe your MP Cliff Jumper. Like
it makes
stuff
sense.
that ties almost directly to the the live action movie.
Yeah.
And pleases the fans.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Whatever.
It'd be too easy. Way too easy. So.
Too busy doing repaints, which we'll get to.
Yeah. And they're also too busy doing 40th anniversary retro reissues of Blaster and Soundwave for like the 150th millionth time. Hooray.
Yeah. I mean, okay, great. You made them in more cartoony colors. Awesome. But really? Blaster? Soundwave? Again?
Again. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't do anything for me. I am not clamoring, to get out there and pick either of these up. Like, I remember getting, I don't know, it's 15 years ago now that I ended up getting the Blaster reissue they did, and I was super happy to get it, and now I'm just like, it's Blaster all right,
Yeah, they did that San Diego Comic-Con Blaster, and they did one in the collection series, and then they did the one that came with Perceptor, and then it's like...
Yeah, and then there's just even more Soundwaves. Like Soundwave, I feel like Soundwave has recently got a reissue. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like he's recently got a reissue. I don't know.
He did a couple years ago because they did the cassettes also.
Yeah.
Just in the Walmart G1
And then there's been like the Linkin Park Soundwave and like YOLO Park Soundwave and like just like a trillion of these. Like at this point, how did the mold not degrade so much that like they didn't have to recreate it? And if you can do that, why haven't you done it for like Wheeljack?
Yeah.
Or the Dinobots that have supposedly gone missing. Like, just find a good one and recreate the mold. Like, I still, broken record, I'm sure, someone's in, our one listeners in chat, like, you say this every single time, but it's like, someone out there is probably, you could make the money back for recreating the mold on these G1 toys. It's not like they're some ridiculously complex mold to make, like the parts are pretty simplistic. The way it transforms is simplistic. It's not, 1,000 parts. It's like what, 30 maybe, like you could remake the things. So just do it, Hasbro, make it happen. So,
and again, the reissues aren't new.
Yeah,
we've been seeing reissues almost every year for a long, long time now.
Yeah.
How about those missing Link figures?
Yeah.
Where's a missing Link Soundwave?
Yeah.
Or if you're going to reissue like this, maybe change something up.
Yeah.
Give him a more cartoony head, or give him, I don't know.
And then what I feel like is going to happen? Like if this Optimus Prime that's coming out, the G1
Link,
Prime, the Missing Link Prime, like if it's the moment that's sells super well for them, I like guarantee you they're going to end up putting out the Soundwave. Like he's already halfway there, like of G1 figures, he was definitely one of the ones that's more articulated. So I don't know, it's laziness at this point. So they know people will buy it, and that's all they do. And like I'm surprised people still buy it. I really am. Yeah. Oh well. What's next?
Seems very lazy.
Beast Wars episode Possession homage 2-pack, Ghost Starscream and Waspinator from Takara. So again, it's just repaints. They're like, we have Waspinator, we have Starscream, put them in a 2-pack, and let's call it that one episode, that one time.
I mean, I think it's a cool idea for a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we're getting more reissues.
Yeah.
Or repaints. But yeah, it looks great. It's a cool idea to have together. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any problems with you doing this personally. It's not something I need, but.
Yeah. And it scratches that Ghost Starscream itch too. Yeah. That even from G1 that people have and want. So it kind of hits two fronts there. So.
Yeah.
It's a nice combo.
Yep. I'm fine with it. It's not for me, but it's not made for me. So, repaint parade continues with the Nemesis Bridge Pack 3-pack. Yeah. So again, we're just repaint after repaint after repaint, and like, hey kids, you like Soundwave? Here's another Soundwave and Megatron, and Shockwave. It's fine.
And it's that leader class Shockwave. That's the size of a deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but this isn't deluxe because he doesn't have all that stupid shit that he came with.
Yeah.
That was one of the most disappointing. That was one of the big ending of Chug for me. As I saw Shockwave, and it's like, oh, he's a submarine. Wink. I'm like, oh, actually, he looks good, and he's leader class. He comes with all this extra shit, but I'll see what it's all about. And I got it, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, he's literally a deluxe figure. He's not even a Voyager with extra shit. He's just like a deluxe with extra shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? This is what we're charging $50 for now?
Yeah.
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 No thanks.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, this looks good.
It looks fine. If you didn't get it before, you can get it now. See, there's no exclusivity. You'll just get it. Especially if it's G1, you'll get it again later on.
Right.
So,
and this Soundwave will sell well.
If it's inspired by G1 is what I mean to say. Like, I know this is not actual G1, but, like, yeah, this is definitely inspired by G1 toys. So, like, 110% they're going to reissue it because they know that's what makes them money. So,
yep.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. And there is irregular stuff you can accessorize from irregular toys. What the hell is this?
It's just so bizarre. I was like, I had to put this in here.
What? They're like adult clothes.
It's shoes with like
the first shoe that shows up that has like the I'm gonna have to send this to one of my friends at work who loves Skywarp. He's like, I buy all the Skywarp reissues, and I'm like, all right, I mean, you do you know. But
I'll see you in these shoes.
Yeah, right. Like
coming to work or something.
Can't wait to see my like 40-some-year-old friend walk into the patent office wearing these particular shoes. Like amazing, absolutely amazing.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's
I almost
amazing.
didn't include these in the news, and I was like, no, we had to talk about these because it's like, what the fuck is this?
And then like this, okay, like these are those con girl shoes, like this looks like the type of something that someone would like cosplay and make, not like something that you would actually buy from somewhere.
This looks like something somebody made for a cosplay. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
like the materials even look like it. Like looking at the null rays on the Skywarp shoes, like they look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you got this Optimus Prime face on your purse, like what? And then we get right back to Soundwave again. Like we got a purse that kind of looks like Soundwave, except it's not colored anything like Soundwave. It just suggests Soundwave. Weird.
Yeah, it's
super freaking weird.
It's bizarre. Like the Optimus Prime purse, it's like his head, and then you'd expect the rest of the purse would like, oh, there's the chest windows and it's like, no, it kind of has Starscream looking colors, and I guess those are the forearms of Optimus, but then what's that round thing? Is that like
I don't know.
Is that Age of Extinction Galvatron's chest?
Is it supposed to be a weird Matrix? What?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. It's very. This looks like a mixture between somebody that's just like got an art table and they're like, hey, I do crafts at home. Look at that. Check out these shoes.
Yeah, like this is the type of shit. Like not that I mean that Etsy's bad or anything, but this is like the type of thing that I feel like I'd see on like an Etsy page.
Exactly.
Weird.
And it's very eclectic and artistic, but it doesn't look like hey, we're a clothing company, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if this is what floats your goat, go for it, but
yeah, more power to you.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Yellow or light orange Park Rise of the Beast Rhinox color prototype. What? Oh, is this YOLO? Okay.
It's getting harder and harder to come up with
yeah.
acronyms for YOLO.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, I own a copy of this movie now, digitally, and I still have not watched it. This is how much I'm into this movie. You know, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Well, pay attention to this model because Rhinox is in robot mode for like a hot second.
Yeah. Does
So-
he look like this?
I blinked, I think.
You blinked.
Yeah, they're barely in robot mode. The beasts are
Okay.
literally. This looks fine.
Okay. Good. Because that's what I would hope it would look
The
fine.
face looks a little off to me. I don't know what's going on there, but you know,
Does he have the cracks in his abdomen?
I don't think you get a chance to see that. Maybe he does. Maybe if you, I don't know.
All right. Well, fine.
I feel like they do have some of that like battle scarring on them. They're supposed to be ancient.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I'm sure that, yeah, he probably does have all that battle damage on him.
Gotcha.
I keep seeing people on Facebook and such taking various Rhinox figures from the movie and painting them as right out of Beast Wars, the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they look so good when people do that.
Yeah, you have to send me
So
one.
I'm sure-
I'll see it.
Yeah, I'm sure if somebody did that to this, it would look really, really nice too. I think the Studio Series Rhinox somebody did. I'll see if I can find one.
All right. Yeah. I'd
But,
like to see that. Yeah.
And I assume that they're getting a lot of the details from the studio too, from Paramount.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's cool.
these Yellow Park look detailed and cool, but again,
Yeah.
don't
Well,
transform.
You know what they say. YOLO.
Yellow or light orange. Park.
I can't wait to see where you go. Studio Series leader Megatron from the Bumblebee movie. Possible first look?
So I guess this is supposed to maybe be. This looks really shitty to me.
It does look really shitty. I love the face sculpt. It looks like he's tired. He's very, very, very tired.
So I guess this is based off of a design that was they were going to have Megatron at the end of the Bumblebee movie or something, and they kept going back and forth with, is it a reboot? Is it a prequel? What is it? And so I guess they ultimately cut the the Megatron scene
Gotcha.
because it wouldn't tie in properly with the 2007 movie. But that last picture, I guess, is supposedly well, I shouldn't say supposedly. I guess that is the art that was going to be used for Megatron. So
Well,
I guess we're getting a leader class.
all right. I guess.
It almost looks like that first picture. It almost looks like an unpainted, like that. What was that Evergreen line? It came out at like Walgreens.
Yeah, you know, when I look at... Oh my god. Please tell me you're not actually doing this, Hasbro. When I look at the tank in picture 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, was it Authentics? Let me see, I gotta look. Authentics G1 Megatron. My kid had this tank and it was such a piece of shit. And when it was in tank mode, that little like thing that's halfway back, that was the bottom of his foot. Like sticking out the side of the tank, like 110%. Like that's how they made this thing. And like that's gonna be the bottom of his foot, isn't it?
Probably.
And it looks like it transforms the same way, where it's like see in the front of the tank, that's all exposed. So these things rotate out, and then like the leg collapsed up. Did I feel like I actually did TRX review Megatron. Feel like I did a review on this thing because it was so bad. I don't remember. Like I feel like I did, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I just wanted to, and then I was like, no, it's not worth doing. Nobody's gonna care. I guess I didn't. Walgreens Megatron. Yeah, my mother-in-law picked this up for my kid, and like I cannot, in good consciousness, give this to my child because
Your mother-in-law hates your children.
right. And I'm like,
I shouldn't say it. That's really mean, but
and like, I'm like I feel like it's gonna shatter I'm gonna send it to you. You can watch it off the show, but yeah, oh my God, yes! Look at the front. Okay, I'm putting this here, and I'm putting this in the show notes. Hold on. Lazy as shit. Look at the look at the tank mode on picture 3, and then look at the tank mode of this shitty toy.
That's it. No, I should also mention the third picture there is not meant to be the leader class picture.
Okay.
They're just using that as the box art for that shitty figure, which apparently is the exact same figure as the Authentics one. Or the Walgreens.
Yeah, okay,
budget
so
Megatron.
you know, I don't know. I went on this tangent because I was looking at the tank and like, oh, it looks exactly like that Walgreens one. And it is the tank from the Walgreens one in the picture. But like when you look at the first picture of Megatron, I'm like, okay, that's not that tank. Because this guy has like elbow joints and things like that. But what if they borrowed the engineering to make him transform that way still?
I would not be surprised one bit.
Yeah.
If they did that.
They're like, look, this is what he would look like if we gave him joints. Because like this like cheap Walgreens line has all the like elbow joints and stuff. Like it could be in there, but Hasbro was like, no, you don't get that for $10 anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. It's just interesting that you would even mock up the image with this shitty Walgreens tank on it. That's so weird. All right. Well, moving on. Case play collaboration can creatively cheer up comely cell phones.
I was trying for some alliteration there.
What is this?
So actually, this is kind of cool. They are just doing a line of Transformer cell phone cases, but
okay.
There's good and bad to this. The good is, if you go on their website, it's not in English, but you can translate it. And if you look, it's basically like any of these designs you can do for just about every phone that's current, even like last year's models and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah.
The bad news is you can't order them from the U.S.
Okay. Well,
but it is kind of cool that
screw us little U.S. plebes, right? You know.
That's right. We don't have any Transformer fans here.
Yeah, we don't do Transformers. Yeah.
But
it's fine. It's cool. I like, you know, when there's certain things like this. I don't really tend to get anything like this from my phones though. I mean, I put a case on, but I like refuse to spend like over like $10 to $20 on a cell phone case. You know, because I'm like, it's gonna stick around for 2 years, and then I'm just gonna get rid of this. So, yeah. Well, this is fine.
That's
fair. It's fine. Let's see what designs they have. Some basic ones. Bumblebee. I don't know.
Soundwave looks cool. I have a Soundwave case for my phone.
I like the G1 art. I like the Soundwave. I really like the Soundwave. That's my favorite one. The comic is okay. The one that has like the patches, I don't like at all because it looks confused. You know,
it's like somebody
threw up Transformers on it. Like,
yeah.
And someone went and just slapped all the stickers on it. Like, well, just go buy some stickers and throw it on the case. Like, they look nice and sleek, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right. What's next? Anything else? Pics from Robert's New York Comic-Con booth. All right.
Yeah. Who knew Robert was there?
Yeah. Transformers at the Robertson booth. Okay. So, we got the trailer.
I was hoping Robert was still going to be on because I'm pretty sure he has just about every one of these listed or shown.
Yeah. I always want Robert to be on when we talk about Robosen. It just feels wrong that he's not. But whatever. We'll go for it. So I've actually I know that how the trailer works and like the splits and stands up and all that stuff. But like I look at the trailer, I'm like, it looks stupid to pay all that money for this trailer. Like honestly, like there's not much going on with this trailer. Yeah, I don't know. what it needed to do is that old and I think we talked about this before, but like, how come nobody's ever done the Fans Project style trailer where it had like the mirrors that flip down to give it the quote unquote invisible mode? Like, that was so creative, and nobody's ever tried to do that. Like, it's weird. So
the G3 trailer, I think they called it. I love that. I still have that trailer.
I do too.
Trailer.
I do too. So
it's so detailed, and the mirrored panels. It's such a neat touch.
It was a creative way to give it the quote unquote invisible mode. You know?
Yeah.
Or not invisible mode, but like, this is what happened to the trailer. It just went invisible, and now you can do that too. I'm like, oh, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not necessary, but it was creative, you know? So,
yeah. And even if you took that feature out, it's a great trailer.
Yeah.
Like, the inside's detailed. It has all kinds of little
things.
features.
Yeah. Like, it was so
weapon
good.
storage. Yeah.
I should go bust it down and go see what it's like. 'Cause it's been years since I've looked at that. Yeah.
It came with like guns for the classics figures that you could store in there, and
yeah.
The other cool thing about that, remember, was the box was a display window.
Yep.
And it had
you could have room for the classics figure right in there. Yep.
Yeah, and it was covered by
Yeah.
a piece of cardboard. And then if you wanted to display it, you could pull that piece of cardboard off and put Prime inside.
Yep.
And that was so cool. It's like, wow, that's super
I
super
like that
neat.
too. Yeah. That was a nice touch. Okay, Roller. We've seen Roller. I wondered, now that Robert says, and I didn't know this until this episode, that the Golden Lagoon stuff is like his weakness.
I didn't know that either. When he said that, I was like, oh, we're coming up on this.
Yeah, like, now I want to know, is he getting Golden Lagoon Optimus Prime? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I was really hoping he was going to still be on for this
Yeah.
part. Because I was just, I wanted to ask him too, when is he getting his Grimlock? Because I'm curious when that comes out.
Yeah, Grimlock looks cool. Robert has this Buzz Lightyear, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, Movie Prime? Okay.
I think he has Movie Prime too, doesn't he? Or he's got it on pre-order?
You might be right. Does this one transform into a truck? I don't think so, right?
No, it
Okay.
does not.
Okay. So this is just shitty like Bumblebee. I guess.
So far, they basically only have 2 transforming figures. I mean, they've got 2 Primes and a Grimlock, but the Elite Prime is just like a scaled down version, so it's very, very similar. So
you don't own any of the RoboSense, do you?
I have the flagship Optimus.
Oh, okay.
I actually bought him at TFCon last year on sale. So
Very nice. I didn't know you owned that.
Yeah.
I just, like, to me, so, okay. Let me ask you this. When's the last time you messed with it?
Months ago.
Mm-hmm. And that's the number one reason I saw this. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And like an actual Optimus that transforms and all this stuff, like, on his own, like a little like in-person living, breathing Optimus Prime. You know, I'm like, that's cool. And then I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, if I got this thing, realistically, do I mess with it for more than a week? You know?
Yeah, so there's like a whole and there's tutorials on their app and stuff, but there's a whole way that you can program your own sequences and stuff. I don't know, maybe you can record your own voice into it too. It has a bunch of pre-recorded, Peter Cullen voice lines in it. It would be kind of fun if you could and I'm sure if you get good at the programming, you could do some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool if you could like record your own voice in it and stuff. And I mean, you could drive it around as a truck, and it is cool. But it's a novelty. It for sure is a novelty. I mean, somebody could easily argue, well, how often do you take your MP44 out and transform him?
Yeah, but I also
not
feel like,
often.
I feel like the price difference, like, it's a huge price difference between MP44 and this, so.
Yeah, I mean, and then they had the base at the end too, which I was curious about to hear more about from Robert.
Yeah.
But and the base sounds like it's awesome from what he's shown us and talked to us about.
Yeah, he say like work like almost like an Amazon Alexa type thing and stuff like that, like things you can do with it. So.
And it can charge him while he's hanging up on there.
Yeah. Are you getting the base at some point?
I don't know. So there's a part of me that wants to get the base so that I can, because obviously the other thing is Prime can't stand up when he's powered down.
Yeah.
He just kind of falls on his butt. Grimlock does the same thing. They don't show it often, but there's a couple of still pictures where you see Grimlock just sitting. Even in Dino mode, he just sits down on his butt when he's not powered up. So it would be kind of cool to be able to have this on display, and him kind of just hanging out, half crucified on his little, stand there, because he does stay off the ground with it. He's not like standing.
Yeah.
That's just supporting him. He's literally suspended by it. So there's a part of me that I don't know how much the base is. I meant to ask Robert, but there's a part of me that kind of wants the base to be able to display Prime.
Yeah, to be able to do something with it. Sure.
Yeah. And I think it would be cool too if it keeps like you could just, there he is on your desk, and you can say, "Hey Prime, what's going on?" and he starts moving.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hold on, let me unlock my phone. All right, hold on, let me fire up the app. Okay, the app's gonna take a second here. Okay, there's the app. All right, hold on. It's connecting to Prime.
It's coming.
Okay, hold
coming.
on.
Wait for it.
Okay, Prime, do something. Like,
no.
You can fuck right off, human. So that part of it is cool. I don't know if it works with Grimlock, but there's another part of me that wants to sell my flagship Prime and upgrade to Grimlock, because I think Grimlock looks like a better figure overall than the Prime.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't feel the need to have all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the type of thing. Like, I feel like you get one and you're good to go. So.
Yeah. And again, it is a novelty. When I got it at TFCon, I took it to the hotel room. My friends and I played around with it, and yeah, that was fun, and doesn't do so well on carpet. And
what'll be interesting is they need to do the rest of the Dinobots, and then they have a swoop that just like can fly, like it actually flies. I'm down. I get that. So.
It's a drone. He's got like
it's a little drone, flies around your house, get stuck on your neighbor's house. You'll never see him again.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do wonder what the like longevity of this line is. I mean, so Robert's got all of the Transformer ones now, it sounds like, except for this Golden Lagoon Prime that maybe he didn't know about and that now he will need. But like how far do you go? I mean, okay, you got Grimlock, you've got Prime, you kind of have a Bumblebee. I mean, what are your big 6, big 5 figures? Starscream.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I don't know about that. Soundwave.
Yeah.
What do you do with him? Like he transforms and just sits there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Grimlock. What are you gonna do with Megatron? I guess you could make a big tank. And maybe that works out well. Like how far do you go with it?
Yeah.
As far as how long is this line gonna last? Are they gonna keep reissuing or coming out with new ones, or are they hoping that people just fall in love with this stuff so much that the non-transforming Bumblebee and non-transforming Bumblebee Prime become like a big seller, so that they can just say, all right, let's just do a bunch of non-transforming figures, because that's super easy.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, you got Robosen did other robots before this, just generic robots.
Yeah, I remember. And aren't they? I think they're. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw that they were doing a Hound at some point. Maybe that was one of their other ones. They're generic robots.
I think they did show like a little truck,
like a proof of concept type thing.
I think they did show it like looking like Hound.
Yeah.
Of course, Hound would be my weakness if I saw it. I'd be like, oh man.
Guess you're getting a Hound. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find any pictures of that, because I do know what you're talking about.
What Robosen needs to do is make the Constructicons and then make them combine.
Now, if they could do that, that would be damn impressive.
That would be something special.
Like you could almost see it kind of happening if you had like they drive up and they sort of merge on the ground, and then he kind of stands up, kind of like the trailer does. You know,
yeah,
you could almost see that happening. But I think it would look pretty clunky.
Oh, it would definitely be clunky. 100% it would be clunky.
Now, I could see them doing just a Devastator.
Yeah, me too.
And trying to, sell that.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah.
Hey, here it is. It's a little green truck. Oh, but it's not by RoboSen. It's by some company called Sen Power.
Yeah, it's still them.
Oh, is that them too? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. I mean, it's a green truck. It's Jeep, kind of truck. Let's see what the head looks like. It's okay. It does look to have like a block head.
Mm-hmm.
The video's from 4 years ago, but it looks like this is an older video even still.
Yeah.
Like somebody re-upped this 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, this was even before the Prime came out. So, I mean, who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was just proof of concept, and that's as far as it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, I can see them doing a Hound.
I think that's it, man. I think we should get out of here. We came, we saw, we stayed for a while. And I think it's time to go.
I think you're right.
All right. Well, until then, thank you for everyone who's followed us from our old dirty ways over at Shirecast Uncut. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, for me and Rich and Robert D and possibly Oscar. I don't know. Maybe he's not on the show anymore. I don't know. No, he's on the show. Let's not spread that rumor. But from all of us, thanks for listening, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.